So Cameron's out, I have to find someone else. So who do I find? I hit the jackpot. I went through a recruiter, a fancy recruiter, no names mentioned, and paid big bucks. And I found this woman who was an ex-president of Starbucks of their US operation. By coincidence, she really wanted to move back to Canada to be close to her family. So she comes in and for a massive pay cut is gonna help me build my tiny little company. Absolute jackpot. Far from it. We were about a year and a half together, and in the first 5 months, I was like, honeymoon stage, buttery haze, this is unbelievable. I can't believe that I got so lucky. But day by day, I started to feel disconnected from my business. I was, I think, getting a little pushed out. If you took our visions weren't going like this, like Cameron and I. Our visions were gradually, day by day, getting further apart. I started to learn that I don't think she believed in me as an entrepreneur. Now, many entrepreneurs here, we're unique individuals, we've got great talents and great gifts, but we've also got great weaknesses. And I don't think she wanted to partner in the way that I needed her to for us to be successful together. So let's call it, I think, 14 months, and I had to end things. I found out that this wasn't gonna work, parted ways, was faced with a constructive dismissal lawsuit. I had everybody, when they say it's lonely at the top, that was the loneliest period I've ever had in my life because I had hundreds of employees and not one of them thought I'd made a good decision. In fact, when my employees think, my franchise partners were thinking, it's one thing to be willing to fail, but you're failing here. You are failing because you can't run the company and you just got rid of someone that we think is doing a good job. But they didn't see what I saw. And as an entrepreneur, you've got to, again, make those tough choices. I knew what I saw, I knew it wasn't working, and I knew it was gonna get worse. In fact, most people didn't know at the time. Our revenue had dropped $40 million because of partially the financial meltdown in 2007, 2008. But I think it had dropped because our visions were going separate directions. And we'd almost bankrupted the business that I'd spent 20 years building. So I had to make a change. Now, I went through some darkness, probably some depression, if I'm being honest and transparent with you, and I had a hard time. It was tough. I mean, it was rough when nobody believes what you're doing. But what I said is, and it took me about 2 years to realize this, something good has to come from this. We started to rebuild the business, we got back to profitability, we had to fire 52 people, which was very tough. But in making those changes, what I realized, again, this had to happen because this would take me to where I am today. I couldn't get to where I was today if it wasn't for that failure with the ex-Starbucks president.